Hello, my name is Alexandra Flerlage. I'm here on October 2nd, 2016, interviewing Mr. Nick Flerlage, who is the owner of Flerlage Real Estate Group, partnered with Remax Alliance Group in Venice, Florida. He has about 3 to 5 employees at any given time. It is a family business where he works with his wife, Beth Flerlage, who is the transactional coordinator for their business. Alright, so first question. What made you decide to open your own business?
Well, after graduating from college, I did work in the government for about 5 years, and at that point I kind of decided I wanted to do my own thing. So from that point forward, I've always been involved with small business, and so I like the autonomy and the freedom that it comes with that. And at the end of the day, it's all on me. I like the control and the potential for making good income.
How did you decide on your legal business structure?
Well, we decided on a limited liability corporation, or an LLC, and we did that for a couple of reasons. One was tax reasons, and then the other is just to limit our liability.
How much time and planning did it take before deciding to open a business?
Well, with all the businesses we've had, and with the Flerlage Real Estate Group, it takes a little bit of time to plan. So it took about 6 months to a year of careful planning and kind of deciding who we wanted to be, who we wanted to serve. So it does take a little bit of time and resources, and we funded it through just personal capital, through savings. So we had to get to a point where we felt comfortable, where we could do without some income for a while, so that we could pursue and structure our business like we needed to do.
How did you go about finding a location for your business?
Well, in this particular instance, the location was where we lived, and we relocated from the Washington, D.C. area and fell in love with the area, and so it was easy for us to sell in that area because we felt really strongly about it.
How did you obtain startup capital?
Again, the startup capital, it was through personal savings. We didn't want to be highly leveraged because we thought that kind of tied us down a little bit. So we started slow. We felt a slow growth was a healthy growth, and that's how we funded.
How, what, when, and where do you advertise and promote your business?
Our marketing communications takes a lot of different forms, everything from print media, so we'll do everything from newspaper to real estate magazines, and then also social media. So online is very important in our industry, so your Realtor.coms, your Zillows, your Trulias, all the consumer sites, it's important to have a presence there, so we're heavily involved there. And again, the social media, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, all those types of sites are important to have a presence as well.
Does your company have a website? If so, when did you build one, and who maintains it?
Our company does have a website, and it's experiencevenice.com. We've had the site for about 11 years. It is through Real Pro Systems right now, so they manage it, and as far as content, we have somebody that does a blog, and some of the other manages the social media aspects of the site as well. And it's also a site that is integrated with our database so that we can keep track of our customers and communicate with them.
How do you currently use social media to promote your business and communicate with customers? Social
media is becoming a bigger part of our business right now, so that's kind of the trend. So we use social media particularly through Facebook pages and LinkedIn and just various Twitter. There's just a lot of different modes right now that we're communicating with. We've even decided to have somebody that's their sole responsibility. We have a social marketing manager that kind of handles all those things for us.
What are the licensing requirements for your business?
Well, we need a real estate license, of course. Everybody needs to be licensed, and that's through the Florida Real Estate Commission and the DBPR, as we call it, Department of Business and Professional Regulation in the state of Florida. So those are who we need to have licenses with.
Do you use any information technology to help run your own business?
We do. The analytics in our industry right now, with the information that's available through Google and through other various sites, is real important. So we need to know who's coming, the web traffic, to keep track of that and to keep track of our customers.
How do you select potential employees that you will trust?
In our industry, everybody's pretty much an independent contractor, but what we try to do is we try to screen them. A lot of it's just their past performance. We find it in our industry, people that have performed well in the past, it's a good indicator of what they're going to do in the future. So that's what we base that a lot on. A lot of it's reputation, and they're interviewing people that they've interacted with in the past customers. That's a good way to find out if somebody's really good, is to talk to people they've dealt with in the past and get a little feedback.
What do you think is the most important quality in an employee?
Loyalty, I would say, is one of the most important qualities any employee could have. We want them to be happy, want to be loyal to the cause, as they say. We want them to promote our business when they're out and about, and I think that's a real important quality to have.
Were you hesitant about working with your family members?
Working with family, it just has to be a balance. We find that you just have to weigh it. I mean, everybody's going to have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's putting people in a position, whether it's family or non-family member, that they can perform to their best.
How long do you train your newly hired employees? Do you have any specific program?
The training, it really varies in our industry with the individual. Some employees are, say for instance, if we hire a buyer's agent, some pick it up faster than others. It doesn't mean that they're going to be any worse at it in the end. It just means that they took them a longer to get there, which is okay, but they need to feel comfortable before we cut them loose on their own.
How has owning your own business impacted your family?
It's actually had a lot of impact in many different ways. I mean, it's allowed flexibility to spend more time with family. At the same time, it's all encompassing. It's all consuming. Your phone is always ringing, whether you're at a family function or not. So it's a double-edged sword. Financially, it can be very good, but you just have to manage your funds and plan accordingly.
Would you mind telling me a bit about your professional background prior to starting your own business?
Professional background, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science from the University of Maryland in 1990. My major was Transportation and Logistics, and I also had an interest in science, so I worked at the National Institute of Health for about 5 years doing benchtop research, which is kind of a weird mesh there, but decided to go full throttle into business and went back and did an MBA, graduated in 2000, and then from there we just have owned small businesses. Liquor store, convenience store, deli. We're franchisees. We owned a few UPS stores here in Florida, and then from there we got involved in the real estate industry.
What kind of day-to-day things do you have to do?
Day-to-day things. Well, in our industry, it's a lot of emailing, a lot of communication online. So we're a lot of phone calls. So we're doing a lot of phoning and communicating directly with customers and solving their needs and providing them with information. So everything from that to just overseeing the overall growth of the business.
What is it that makes you feel your business is a success?
I think it's at the stage at where our business is now. We're doing a lot of direct referrals, so we're having a lot of repeat business, which I think is the ultimate compliment when people come back to you. And we've got some recognition locally through the local news organizations as being one of the top real estate groups in the area.
And finally, being as I am majoring in real estate, what kind of advice can you give me?
Well, there's no magic pill. No one thing is going to make you better than the rest. And I call it the 0.5%. So everything we do, even if it's a small task, do it good, do it well. Be happy in what you're doing. You got to love it. If you don't like it, pursue something else. And they're going to have ebbs and flows. So it's when you're in a commission business, you're going to have good months and bad months, but you just have to plan accordingly.
I'd just like to thank Mr. Nick Flerlage for being here today.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.